PPT presentation. And from next means tomorrow onwards, we will shift it to the live platform where you can understand more detail about various platforms and submission process, right? So let me start this presentation. So today we are going to discuss about a few basic things related to research, right? I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right? Is it visible to everyone?
Yes,
Yes, it
Please
is
confirm.
visible. Yeah. Would you
yes,
just
sir.
change the
So,
slide once?
yeah,
Yeah, it's working.
it's working. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, sir, for the confirmation. Right. So today, the first topic is introduction and importance about research and ethical practices. Right. So in this, first of all, we are going to start with research, right, and few backgrounds. Right. So first, we are going to see the power of research. Right. So the evolution of research was not the just recent year, but it is from the beginning of ancient time, right? And till now, the great development is happens to everywhere, right? You can observe around yourself as well, right? You can see around you many things are changing, right? And this will develop a landscape of the modern era, or you can say modern world, right? So the next one is origin of research, right? I hope am I audible to everyone and it's clear, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So now this research word is actually derived from a French word recherche, right? And it's mean to search again, right? So that reflects the iterative and inquisitive nature of research, emphasizing the pursuit of knowledge through repeated exploration and analysis, right? Those who have already completed their research, they are aware, right? Sometimes whatever the result you want, right, you won't be able to get. So for that, again, you need to start from zero. And again, you need to repeat again and again the same steps, right? And after many efforts, or you can say many try, you will be able to get that result, right? So this is again a very interesting learning part, right, of the research, right? And as I told you, earlier civilization, right, engage in research like activities through observation, experimentation, and record keeping, right? So for example, if you think about observation, right? So earlier civilization, like in ancient time, peoples are looking for observational research, like stars and planets are moving, right? Their motion they are observing, right? And according to their motion and the details, right, they are deriving results from it, right? Again, the next one is experimentation, right? So if you are aware, right, in ancient time, peoples are making or trying to uh, what you can say, uh, doing experiment on mummies to keep the whatever the object is there, right, for a remain in the same stage for a long years, right? And similarly, the last one is record keeping, right? So they are using generally images, right? Various shapes they are drawing on the such a, you can say, wall, right, on stone. Even they are using animal skin for record keeping. Even they are using bones as well, right? So ancient Egyptians are studying astronomy, while the Greeks developed philosophical inquiries and mathematical theorems, right? So this earlier practice laid down the foundation of the scientific methods, right? So this kind of research at that time was happening. So many philosophers has developed, or you can say found, they have done foundation stone, right, for research, right? One of the example is given over here, right? Aristotle, right? So he is a Greek philosopher, and his significant contribution make means it's advocating for observation, classification, and logical uh, development in research, right? And many subsequent generations are following their ideas and also develop scientific methods based on it, right? So now, what is scientific methods, right? So before the formalization of this research, right, there were methods as well, but it is not known to everyone, right? So the foundation of the scientific methods were established by earlier philosophers and scientists. So this method emphasizes on observation, hypothetical testing, experiment, and data analysis. Right. So they were also doing observation, hypothesis testing, experiment, and data analysis at that time as well. So now, next we come to Renaissance era, right? So it is around 14th to 17th century, right? You can understand these centuries, right? When let me give you one example so that you can easily understand. All of you are aware about Newton, right? So Newton has developed gravitational force, or you can say is discovered, right? He has informed everyone regarding this in the year 1666, right? So it's a very earlier time, you can say, right? Similarly, all of you are aware about uh, Nicholas Copernicus, right? He has claimed that Earth is moving around the sun, right? So these kind of things, right? Even Galileo has also done many interesting research, right? And not only in astronomy, but physics, medicine, and many things was happened at that time. So you can understand uh, the Renaissance era based on these examples as well, right? You can search about this as well on Google. You will able to find many various kind of the examples or the details of research were happened in that era, right? So uh, what you can say, consequently, the systematic inquiries about research is going on, right? So, uh, the research scholar from this research Renaissance era, right? They are more focusing on systematic approach of research, focusing on empirical evidence and observation. They also made significant contribution to the development of scientific instrument and methodologies, right? So next we are moving to the Enlightenment era, right? So this is in the 17th and 18th century, right? So many of you are aware about this, maybe, right? So if you are not aware, then let me give you few examples from this Enlightenment era. So one example is like uh, all of you are aware or not, let me give you one example. That is, first battery, right? Electric battery was developed in the year 1700, right? And the next you can say gas turbine, right, was developed in the year 1791. And the first vaccine of the world, you can say it was developed in 1796, right? So these are the few examples, you can say, right, are from this Enlightenment era. Even during this Enlightenment era, American Revolution as well as French Revolution was also done, right? So this will also lead to the uh, what you can say development in other fields like social science, economics,
Hello.
and political. Yes, am I audible to you? Hello, hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
you are
Audible
clear.
Hello.
clear.
Hello, sir.
Please go
Sir, your voice is cutting, sir. So
ahead. Santoshji, we are
Is
breaking.
not
hearing
Your
audio
audible.
of
voice
your
is
team. There
breaking.
might be network issue at your end. Other participants are also requested. In case of
Okay.
any such problem, please drop a message in chat box. Thank you.
Okay.
If you have any question, you can tell me at any time, right? So again, as I told you, this American Revolution as well as French Revolution was done in this era. So that will also lead to intellectual and few scientific discoveries during this era, right? So you can observe during this centuries, right? Many research were done in social science, economics, and political science as well, right? And so here reason and observation is also given for this Enlightenment era. So observation and scientific inquiries, right? And this developed the new research methodology, include the use of control experiment and statistical analysis, right? So as I told you, first development of electric battery was done in the year 1700, right? So it's a like experimental things, right? And again, you need to do statistical analysis based on this, whatever the result you are getting. You can come with the result that how much material you need to use to build a battery. And uh, you can also take a gas turbine example, right? So how much electricity can develop using this, as well as the different way of using gas turbine, right? Any doubt till now? Yes, it is clear to everyone,
Yes, sir. Very much.
right? So as I told you, this era is also known as expanding of the disciplines, right? Social science and all these things, right? Now, next we are going through industrial revolution, right? Impact on research practices, right? So, as the industrial revolution was happened, right? So that demands will going, you can say exponentially, right? In what you can say technological advancement as well, right? So nowadays you can observe. Uh, are you aware when the first computer was developed? Or yes, are you aware when the first computer was developed and by whom? So it is
Charles Babbage?
developed by Charles. Yeah, it was developed by Charles Babbage in 1822, right? But the practical use of computer right now, whatever I am doing, as well as if you have a computer and then you are whatever the use you are doing, right? Doing analysis, PowerPoint presentation, calculation, and everything, right? It was not possible in that time, right? So then, uh, around 1936, Alan Turing has developed first computational machine that is also known as Turing machine, and he is also known as father of modern science, father of modern computer science and engineering, right? So he has developed the uh, what you can say self-calculating machine that is known as Turing machine. And the history behind this as well is very interesting, right? If you are have a time, right? You can go and search about Alan Turing and his what you can say biography. Even movies are also available, right? So this is due to World War II. Germany has developed one machine that is known as Enigma machine, right? So to decode that machine, Alan Turing has developed this Turing machine, right? So these things, right? You can search about this. It is very interesting, and at that time, you can say you cannot imagine that this is very easy task, right? So they have developed, right? And let me give you one more example regarding this technological advancement. The first hard disk of computer was developed by IBM in the year 1956, and it has size of 5 MB and a weight of 1 ton. You can imagine 1 ton, that is 1000 kg, right? And nowadays you can see uh, even your cell phone can take one single picture more than 12 MB, right? So you can imagine the technological advancement, right? Due to research, right? This is only possible as research are going on. Then and only then you are come up with the new solutions in the same field, right? You can imagine in 1956 you have a 5 MB hard disk containing 1000 kg weight, right? And nowadays, even your cell phone having weight less than 100 grams, right? It contains 128 GB capacity of storage, right? Understood now? So situation, you can see the purpose is same, store information, right? But the due to research, right? You can see we are able to extend the storage capacity of hard disk, right? Nowadays, SSDs are also available, which work faster than the usual mechanical drives, right? Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Hello. any doubt, if you have any doubt, you can ask me at any time, right? But you can understand, you can realize these things, right? So as the research are getting more and more inputs, the results are getting better and better nowadays, right? Even recently, you can see Microsoft has developed one chip that contains quantum computing, right? So it is sufficient to deal, or you can say calculation equally to 1 or 2,000 computers, right? So you can imagine the capacity of this. And if this kind of computer, it will hand over, means if you are going to do programming, AI programming on that kind of computer, you can imagine what will happen with the AI, right? So this kind of things. And next is applied research, right? So you can see research are generally going on, right? But industries are focusing on applied research, right? So let me give you one more example over here. So this applied research, you can say initially we are having uh, right now, if you are aware, then from last 5 years, right, we are using electric vehicles, right? And before that, we are having vehicles using petrol and diesels, right? Basically, so to reduce or you can say to overcome from climate change, we are now shifted to from petrol diesel to electric vehicle, right? Yes or no? So this is called applied research. Understood or not? So we need to also find out solution for not only for industries, we have to find out solution for the society as well, right? So that we can generate or we can provide better futures to the upcoming generation, right? Any doubt till now? So this is all about history of research, right? And I hope this is clear to everyone. And now you can understand the importance of research, right? Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. So next one is the definition of research, right? So what is research? So research is a systematic and rigorous process of inquiry that aims to discover new knowledge, validate existing theory, or solve problem. It involves a series of steps, as I told you, right? Including identifying a research question, collecting and analyzing data, and interpreting findings, right? So generally what happened, research means you need to first of all understand what you need to find out, right? Yes or no? It's your choice, but particularly, right? If you have an interest in science, then go for it. And if you are aware that this something there is something missing in particular theory, then what you can do, you can go behind that, right? You can search again behind all the questions. You can re-verify the results. You can apply new methodologies, come up with the new results, right? So that is again gives you better result than the previous one. So these all are known as research, right? Agree with me, right? So this approach is essentially in various fields from starting from academic to industry and play a crucial role in advancing human understanding and technological process progress. So it's the cornerstone of evidence-based decision making and the foundation for shaping a better future, right? So let me give you one example over here why this is very important in decision making, right? So most of us have faced two different waves of COVID-19, right? And if you people are aware, those who are from particularly science and engineering background, right, they are aware that many research papers were published during this two COVID waves, right? So basically, they are predicting the nature of coronavirus, and they are also trying to identify the what you can say stable point of the coronavirus infection, right? So this is a decision making thing, what you can say decision making publication or research, right? where you are reading one research paper, and through whatever the findings is given in that research paper, you are coming with a one decision that after this much of time, right, this infection will going to be reduced, right? Even many country has imposed lockdown, right? So that is not a sudden decision that we are unable to do anything, so let's take lockdown, a long break, and we will be come back after once all these things will be over, right? So no, it's not like that. As that infection was progressing, right, we are unable to find out vaccine first of all, right? So research is going on behind that, right? But still infection was spreading like anything, right? So it becomes very difficult for any country to protect individuals, right? So decision making, or you can say higher authority, or what you can say advisor of the country, they are searching about some kind of research behind all these things. They come up with the idea like this, right? And they are taking decision based on the research only, right? Not by just anyone is saying and they are doing all these things, right? So there is some, what you can say, corner research behind all these things. They are doing strong research behind all before taking any decision, right? Understood now? Any doubt up to this?
No, sir.
And I'm actually generally I'm using the real life example so that you can better understand the meaning behind all these things, right? So if you have any doubt, you can ask me at any time. So now next one is type of research. So here basically we are having three type of research: academic, practical, and scientific perspective, right? So the first, academic research, generally focus on the expanding knowledge within a specific field, typically through rigorous analysis and publication in peer-reviewed journals. So this is done mostly. This kind of research you are able to find in higher education institute, right? Those who are doing research publication, they are publishing Q1, Q2, Q3 research papers, right? So that is known as academic research, right? Even they are finding theorems and they are trying to find out the shortcut methods for calculation and all these things, right? So these are known as academic research. Next is practical research. So generally this you can observe, right? This you can observe in industries, right? And even few of the academic research will turn into practical research as well, right? So I'll give you one more example or one more question over here to each and every participant, right? Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yes,
See,
sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
am presenting
Yes,
my
Yes,
screen,
sir.
so
Yes, sir.
I
Audible.
am
Yes,
unable
sir.
to see whether I am continuing or not, right? So please respond so that I can understand my network is properly working, right?
Yes, sir, you
I
are
can
audible.
hear these things. Yeah. So let me give you one question to you, right? Earlier time, right? The means the last few years, like of 6 to 7 years, right? You are all of you are aware that LED screens are very nowadays are very useful, right? Yes or no? LED screen. And before that, we are also having color TV, right? Of what you can say vacuum tube was used in that particularly, right? So what was the reason? We have a green color, red color, blue color, but we are unable to use LED TVs from the means very beginning of, you can say, battery era, right? Like 17th to 18th century. It was already developed green and red LED, right? So what is the reason behind this, right? Why this latest technology is just before 6 to 7 years, right? Why we are using LEDs nowadays before 6 to 7 years, right? So behind this again a very interesting research is there, right? You can search about this. Let me give you one hint over here. Scientists are able to develop red LED as well as green LED, but they are unable to develop blue LED from many years, right? So you can search about blue LED, right? History about blue LED circuit, or you can say light. Understood now? Or it's particularly known as diode. blue diode, right? So this is again a practical research, right, through which you can say the vast development was there, right? Next is scientific research, right? So scientific research are generally observing planetary situations, right? Predicting whether asteroid will going to fall on Earth or not, right? Because of any asteroid, what happened with the Earth, right? As what you can say, moon is moving around the sun, what happened, or sorry, moon is moving around the Earth, right? And due to that motion, what happened on the Earth, right? That kind of thing are known as scientific research, right? Nowadays researchers are trying to find out life on the Mars, and they are moving beyond that as well, right? Yes or no? So that kind
Yes.
of research comes in scientific research, right? Now let's go and talk about the critical role of research in advancing human understanding, right? So research play a crucial role in advancing human understanding by expanding our knowledge based and uncovering new insight across vast range of discipline from history to medicine. Right, again it's fuels scientific discovery beyond the boundaries of human knowledge and provide evidence-based solution to complex societal challenges, right? And again, we are able to deal with the uh, what you can say world around us. Research empower us to make informed decisions, develop innovation solution, and build a brighter future, right? So these are the what you can say critical role of research on human understanding, right? Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay. So now next we are going to discuss about research methodologies, right? So when you are doing research methodologies also play a vital role in this, right? You cannot adopt any research methodology for any discipline, right? So as suppose as I have done my PhD in mathematics, right? So I need to approach to different research methodology, right? I need to use mathematical research methodology, right? But like for example, anyone doing research in history, that fellow won't be able to apply mathematical research methodology in his or that fellow what you can say discipline, right? Are you able to understand this, right? So choosing this right research methodology is again a very important thing during research, right? So researchers employ a variety of methodology to ensure the rigorous and validity of their findings, ensuring the scientific integrity of their research. Right? This methodology includes quantitative methods, qualitative methods, and mixed methods sometimes, each offering distinct strengths and approach to data analysis, right? So choosing the right methodology is crucial for ensuring the reliability and relevance of research finding, allowing for accurate interpretation and effective communication of results, right? So any doubt till now? So we have just completed research methodology, right? See, right now I am going through the basic part of research and its importance, right? So more detail, those who are doing research, maybe they are having or they have already completed coursework, exams and all these things. So they are very well known to all these things, right? And those who are planning for research, right? So these are the basic things that you need to take care, right, when you are starting your research work, right? And before when you enroll in the research program, definitely you have to complete your coursework, right? Those who have completed GRF and NF, they don't need to do all these things. They are already aware about all these things, right? So this is again important points for everyone, right? So now next we are going for societal impact, right? So research drive progress and problem solving, right? So as I given you one example of what you can say, just now I have given one example of electric battery, right? And through that we have come up with the one solution, that is electric vehicle, right? So it is again a very good transformation from petrol diesel to the electric vehicle because it importance for climate change, right? It reduce pollution from the earth, right? So again it becomes very important for everyone, right? So here research play a vital role in addressing societal changes, right, and driving progress from developing new technologies to tackle global issues such as climate change, right? It provide evidence-based solution, inform policy decision, and empowers community to make informed choice for a better future, right? By focusing on critical issues and exploring innovation solutions. So research is a driving force in creating more sustainable and equitable world, right? So nowadays, research for particularly sustainable development goals is going on, right? And if you are planning for doing research, right? So please select research based on sustainable development goals, or what you can say, if you are writing any research paper, try to identify what kind of sustainable goal will going to fit in that particular research, right? So it increases the chances of publication. Okay. And uh, there are many future research is going on based on this SDG, right? So you can focus on that. So total 17 SDGs are there. You can search for it, right? And even many research papers are available, right? Those who are based on sustainable development goals, right? Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
So next we are going to discuss about key benefit of research across various discipline and industries. First is innovation, right? So research drives innovation by fostering new discoveries, developing groundbreaking technology, and creating new products and services. Right? Let me give you one example over here. One, what you can say, nowadays people are searching for nuclear batteries, right? So what happened with the nuclear batteries? It is a innovation, right? Because uh, see, research are doing good research, researchers are doing good research, even scientists are working behind all these things, but they are unable to make a nuclear battery. The main reason behind this nuclear battery is to secure the nuclear core, right? And many scientists are behind working behind all these things. They are unable to stabilize the nuclear core, right? But nowadays, due to the advancement of research disciplines in various disciplines, or you can say technology, they are now able to do this, right? So recently, if you are aware, China people are making such kind of batteries that work, or even it is used in your cell phone, then your cell phone will work up to 10 years. Yes or no? Have you heard about this kind of news? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible to everyone?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so hope you are able to
Yes, yes,
understand
Yes,
this
Yes.
sir.
about
Yes, sir.
net innovation, right? So next is problem solving. So research help us understand and address complex challenges, finding evidence-based solution to the real world issue, right? And decision making. So as I told you, I have also given one example of COVID-19 cases, two waves and all these things. You can understand how decision making is very important during research as well, right? Even you can provide suggestion in your research paper as well, right, regarding decisions, right? So next is knowledge advancement, right? So whatever research you are going to do, definitely somewhere it will going to useful in the knowledge advancement of the society as well as industry, right? And building upon existing discoveries and unlocking new frontiers of understanding, right? Is it clear to everyone? Right? I have given you all the four different examples for all this part of this key benefit of research. Yes or no? Agree?
Yes, sir.
Next, we are going to discuss about challenges and ethical consideration in modern research, right? So we are going to take this portion in detail when we are going to discuss about importance about ethical practices, right? So challenges and ethical consideration in modern research. So generally what happen, modern research face ethical challenges such as ensuring data privacy, managing potential biases, and maintaining transparency in research practices, right? So nowadays, if you are aware, then many, what you can say, series are going on, and in that series they are giving examples, or they are based on the human trials, right? So these kind of things, right, are actually becomes challenging, right, and ethical challenge, you can say, right, without informing that human, they are doing human trials of medicines and everything, right? So that kind of things, right? So nowadays we are also facing this kind of situations, right? Biases means they are also taking, means they don't care about the nature of the object, right? Maintaining transparency, right? Many research papers are there in the, what you can say, global platform, where they have not maintained transparency, right? They are not clear, they have not mentioned clearly about methodology, data, and information about the objects, whether they have taken consent from the patient or not, that kind of things, right? So it is crucial to adhere strict ethical guideline to protect human objects, right? Ensure responsible data collection and maintaining the integrity of research findings, right? Addressing this ethical consideration is essential for preserving trust in research and fostering responsible innovation, right? I hope this is clear to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now
Yes,
next
sir.
we are going for, we are trying to understand research as a catalyst for innovation and decision making. So first start with understanding, right? So you need to understand, first of all, the complex issue, and enabling informed decision making and target actions, right? Exploring the discoveries and leading the identification of new opportunity and potential solution for research, right? Next, when you do research, will definitely drive you to the new things, that is for innovation, right? So by fostering new ideas, developing groundbreaking techniques, and say that is possible to save future possibilities, right? uh, and all this will be result on the impact of the society, or you can say industry and academic purpose, right? So which create positive impact on society, tackles global challenges, improve life of peoples, right, and setting up brighter future, right? So next is future trend. Right now we are going for future trend in research, right? So nowadays, most of you, if you search on YouTube or anywhere, right? If you open any platform, Google or anything, right? If you search about any product, you are able to, means once you search about that product, right, your data will going to store on the one platform, right? And if you search about that product, more than one or two or three particular limit was set over there, right? Nowadays it is not possible. Even if you search for a one product, right, on a one platform, you are able to get continuous pop-up of that product whenever it is possible for you, right? If you open any application in cell phone as well as in laptop, tablet, or anything, right, you are able to get one pop-up over that this product is available cheaper, in cheaper price than this, right? Yes or no? Have you feel this, or have you observed this kind of things,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is due to, yeah, so this is due to only AI, artificial intelligence. It tracks your record, right? So if you think that your cell phone and everything is safe, right? Yes, it is safe, right? No problem in that, because they are right now not authorized to, what you can say, search more about you, like a account number and all these things, right? They are not able to do these things, but they can use free platform, or you can say user based platforms, right? So that's why this AI work on that properly, right? And other is big data, right? So big data means what? If you are searching one product on one platform, thousands of people, or you can say millions of people are searching about products, various products on various platforms, right? So it is like you can say jargon of information, right? So it is again lead to a new branch of computer science, that is big data, right? So keeping this data, right, millions of records, it becomes very difficult, right? And even representing that records to everyone, it becomes very challenging, right? So another branch, that is big data, right, and data analysis, all this branch is a revolution of these research methodologies, right, and which enables more complex analysis in data driven insights, right? I hope this point is clear, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Next one is interdisciplinary approach, right? So nowadays peoples are emphasizing on interdisciplinary research rather than focusing on one particular discipline, right? So where multiple discipline comes together to or to perform a research, right? And it's a combining expertise from multiple fields, is driving innovation solution to the complex challenges, right? So just take for example, right? If you think about Tesla car, right? It is a self-driving car, right? So in that, particularly in that car, you can see multiple disciplines are there, right? So judgment, physics, you can say physics, electronics part, as well as computer science and everything work together to provide you a safe driving, right? Have you means most of you have not means they have not driven that kind of cars, right? But you can imagine all these things, right? How it works, right? Before many years, it was not possible thanks to our internet and everything, right? So initially, if you are aware, then internet speed was around 1G, right? Then age will come, and then 2G, 3G, and nowadays 4G and plus 5G. And now next, within few years, we are able to see 6G as well, right? So due to all these things, this is possible, right? So citizen science, next one is, so again, it is very useful, right? Because if people are not going to participate in research, right? Some research are like we require participation from the what you can say public, right? If it is not done, then we are unable to get a proper result, right? And it will lead to some what you can say misleading results, right? So again, citizen science is also important part, and ethical consideration, right? So whatever research you are doing, you need to must follow few what you can say principles or rules and regulation when you are dealing with the human objects, right? Yes or no? To protect identity and harmful means what you can say harmful from getting mislead or disturbance from the humans, right? Okay, any doubt up to this? This is all about research, right? So we have gone through many examples in this, and I have also explained you many terminologies using examples, right? So hope it is clear to everyone, right? Shall we go further?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now next we are going to discuss about ethical practices in academic research, right? This is a very important point when you are doing academic research, right? Not only academic research, it is also in practical research and scientific research, it is also important. But right now, as we all are, right? Anyone from industries right now as a participant? So most of the participants are from academic backgrounds, right? Maybe they are students, these are scholars or academic persons, right? So that's why this is very important, right? So I have particularly focused on this academic research. So next is historical context about this ethics, right? So in history, right, means before many years, right? Ethical breaches observed during scientific research, right? So for example, Tuskegee simply study where African American men were undergone for human trials without informing them or without taking any kind of concern from them, right? They have just invited their peoples and they have means you can search about this. It is very interesting story as well about African American men, right? So you can search about this, right? They have done human trials around 40 years. You can imagine 40 years, right? After that, next one is Nazi human experiment, right? So in World War II, right? So in World War II, German scientists were performing uh, what you can say many kind of experiment on prisoners of World War II. So, for example, they were doing uh, chemical experiment on prisoners, right? And they are trying to find out is there any way to protect German soldier if any kind of biological weapon or nuclear weapon is used, right, or to improve their immunity against that kind of weapons, right? So this is again a very dangerous experiment was done during this kind of things, you can say, right? Next is Milgram experiment. You can search about all this experiment which I have listed over here, right? Any doubt you can ask me. Yes, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so many ethical breaches were done during this kind of earlier time, right? So due to all these things, right, they have means world come up with some principles, right? So they have developed, you can say Nuremberg Code, right? A set of ethical principles for when you are particularly dealing with the human objects, right? So for human objects, they have developed one ethical principles, right? Declaration of Helsinki, right? It is in 1964. So this is ethical guideline for medical research involving human subject, emphasizing informed consent and beneficence, right? Then Belmont report. So again, it is for respect of for a person, beneficence and justice, right? So this kind of guidelines were developed in different years, right? Based on the what you can say whistleblower policies. Yes, any doubt?
So the flowchart isn't visible at all, sir.
So it is actually not in English language as well. This is just
Okay.
for a graphical representation, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so next one is understanding the core definition of ethical practices, right? So this is a set of principles and value that guides decision making, ensuring action align with what is morally right and justice, right? So this is for generally what happened with the animals. If these ethical practices are going on, or you can say laws are for animal, right, as well as human, right? So before doing any kind of human trials, or you can say animal experiment, right, you need to take a legal requirement, or you can say a declaration from authority before doing any kind of this kind of research. Understood now? Next is ethical practices serve as a moral compass for individual and organization, provide guidance in situation where there may be no clear cut rules of regulation, right? So it is not good if you are taking consent from a patient or human object, you are taking signature on any document before informing that fellow, that object, what kind of conditions are given in that particular document, right? So it is not good, right? So before taking consent of any object, you need to clearly define each and every terminology to that object, right? So the fundamental pillars of ethical behaviors are honesty and integrity, right? So this principle is the cornerstone of ethical behavior. It involves being truthful, transparent, and acting with integrity in all interactions, right? So whatever whatever the experiment you are going to do on a human or any animal, you need to first inform to the concerned person, right, or authority. You must be transparent for this, right? Next is fairness and impartiality, right? Treat everyone with respect, equity, and impartiality, regardless of their background, belief, or position, right? I hope this is clear to everyone, right? Next one is responsibility and accountability, right? So take ownership of your actions, whatever research you are going to do or whatever research you have done. You need to take full responsibility of that particular research, right? Accept responsibility for your decision, right? So whatever decision you have taken during the research, right? You have to take it means you have to accept all that kind of decisions and become accountable for consequence. You are responsible for the consequence effects of that research, right? So, importance of ethical practices. So, first of all, you need to be very sure about protection of participants, right? Protect the right and welfare of research participants by ensuring their safety and autonomy and privacy, right? So, suppose you have collected data for any research, right? It means you have just circulated one Google form where the personal information of participants are there, right? And anyhow, you are managed to take personal information from the participants, and then later on, you are releasing this or publishing or you are selling that kind of information to any industries like cell phone industry and anything for any purpose, right? So it is not a good, right? Understood now? So if you are not managing all these things, then definitely you are going to lose trust from the public, right? So you must able to get public trust, maintain public trust in the scientific process and research finding, promoting confidence in the reliability of research, right? Next is research validity. Ensure the validity and reliability of research finding by uploading ethical standards for data collection and analysis, right? So you need to provide full data to publishers, right? And as well as analysis, you must be clear about validity and reliability, right? In what kind of situation your research or your result will going to be work, right? That definitely you need to specify over there, right? Next is collaboration and knowledge sharing, right? So nowadays, if you see when you are trying to publish any research work, right, or those who are planning to publish research work, mostly you have observed that they are asking for open access, right? Open access means what? Whatever research you have done, right? It is totally available to the readers, right? They can go through your research work and they won't be able. They no need to pay any kind of charges, right? So promoting collaboration and knowledge sharing among researchers by fostering a culture of ethical research practices, right? So I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes or no? Any
Yes, sir.
doubt till now?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Jitendra sir,
Next,
just a time
yes,
check. It's 9:08.
it's 9 it. So
Yeah,
let me complete. Okay, just a minute. Let me complete. Finish this fast.
sure.
Okay. So key ethical consideration in research. So informed consent, right? So we have already talked about this informed consent. So clear, you need to clearly take consent from the participants, right? Privacy and confidentiality. So whatever information they are providing, no need. Yeah, means you are going to maintain that confidentiality, right? Vulnerable population, right? Children, prisoner, and individual with disability, right? You need to specially take care about all these things and conflict of interest, right? So nowadays, researchers, when you are trying to publish your research paper on any journal, they are taking consent about this conflict of interest, right? You need to mention about this thing. Next is ethical issues in data collections and analysis. So data integrity, right? That means whatever result is there, whatever the experiment you have done and result you have come up with a result. You no need to fabricate that result, right? No need to falsify that result, as well as you cannot take results or whatever the steps you have involved in your research, right? You cannot take it directly from any published paper, right? Otherwise, it will lead to plagiarism, right? Citation and acknowledge. So whatever the content you have used from any other research paper, if it is very useful and you are means if you think that it is very useful, please cite that content. Otherwise, it will again come in a plagiarism. Transparency and limitation. Clearly mention about these things in your publication, right? Fair representation of a results, right? So accurate result you need to mention, right? No negative findings and limitation. If it is there, then please mention that kind of thing. And you are must be responsible to use AI and big data, right? So when you are using artificial intelligence and big data in your research, please ensure that it is used in a correct way, not in the wrong way, right? So this is ethics in publication and dissemination, that is author criteria and order, right? So please be clear about this. Peer review integrity, please follow peer review process. Open access and data sharing, please promote, as I told you, open access and data sharing with each and everyone so that your result or your findings will get more citations and becomes more popular in the audience, right? Avoiding duplication and publications, right? So salami publications and all these things, try to avoid all these things. Addressing error and retraction, right? So if you are doing any misleading, if you are going to publish any misleading results and everything, that may be, or you can say without citing proper, without giving proper citations to the item used in your research, right? Your research paper might be get retracted, right? I will give you overview about retraction, right? So generally it is nothing but what used by AI. You have directly taken content from AI, from other papers, that kind of things. If any database find that kind of content, they are doing retraction of that particular research paper, or you can say scientific records, right? So implementing ethical practices in the institution as well, it is very good, right? So IRB oversight, that is institutional review board, right? Please ensure that each and every institute has the institutional review board. Ethical training, you must provide ethical training to each and every researcher. Departmental guidelines will be also you can produce. Ethical culture means promote ethical practice in your research groups and community, right? And whistleblower protection, that is nothing but what some situations are there. To avoid that kind of things, you must be able to come up with some what you can say steps behind all these things and policies behind this. So conclusion about this, that is about the ethical practices. So emerging challenges, right, like AI, genomics, and social media research. Next is harmonizing standards, right? International ethical standard for research and ensuring consistency and accountability, innovation and ethics, right? And next is continuous education, providing continuous education regarding ethical issues, upholding scientific integrity. So it will progress to the public trust and ensuring possible, or you can say responsible, advancement of knowledge to the better society, right? So this is all about ethical practices. I hope this is clear to everyone.